All right, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of my belated Darkrift Halloween Spectacular with Resident Evil 8. We are trying out the third person mode for the story mode today. So we're going to kick that around a little bit. My voice is still not 100%. I'm still a little under the weather, but bear with me. I just woke up, so I'm a little foggy, but I wanted to get going. I wanted to hit the ground running today, so, because I don't know how long I have, because I didn't sleep well, and I just took my medicine. So I'm going to be tired as fuck today, so let's roll while we can. I just escaped the castle. No spoilers for anybody who might be tuning in on accident, but I just escaped the castle. And I am trying to, well, find the house with the red chimney. And I believe this is it. No, this is not the house with the red chimney. But I won't be able to get into this house right now. The guy who has the key is probably spent his last moments on Benevento's grounds at her mansion. So here goes. Oh, shit. One sec. I'm gonna grab my phone so I can see your guys' comments, if we have any. Oh, damn, forgot about that. Have to find my channel. There we go. Alright. So let's get going. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. The goat jumped over the ram. Alright. So here we are. Got the live chat up, I can monitor it. And I'm about to try not to get my face ate off of, well, my face. Morning cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. It's terrible. Terrible. But I love it. Motherfucker. Just the sound of that body dropping after that shot is amazing. With the 3D headset, the Sony 3D Pulse headset, it's fucking amazing. Just little things like that just wow me. Like a body dropping on a wooden floor should not sound that good in a game, or at least it totally should. I'm all for it, but I'm just saying that I can't believe it does. I suppose I'm from the 1990s. We had sprites and pre-rendered backgrounds and such. Those pre-rendered backgrounds are gorgeous. I'd love to see some more of that incorporated with today's technology. That would be amazing. But they're doing a great job at animating everything now. This is damn near reality. It's close, very close. Oh, that is a big box of handgun ammo. I didn't switch over to the 1911 yet because technically with the compensator, the Lemmy is still my more powerful handgun until I upgrade the 1911. Then you're damn right, I'm switching over to that bad boy. Wonder where all the children went. That is a disturbing thought in of itself. Where did all the children go? I see all the adult corpses, but I haven't seen the first dead child. Did Mother Miranda kidnap them and is holding them all in some random location? Yet to be discovered by Chris and his team? Or did they eat them whole? It's a mystery. Because there's no evidence whatsoever. Well, there is evidence. There's circumstantial evidence that there were kids here. Like the bike and the toys. But, that's about it. Probably heated that house. Probably there's a pipe. No, it's not a house. Oh, made me think of the the boss in Castle Democrats that you could destroy. Well, I can certainly open up one of those blocks in the village. Too bad you can't use this thing multiple times.
Hey.
Hey, what's up there? Oh, there's chickens
How
everywhere.
have you been?
Oh, not too bad. I'm getting over a little cold throat thing. My voice is a bit messed up at the moment, and goddamn this chicken. Um, besides that though, pretty good. I'm living in my own loft now. Got my own place. It's really nice. Loving it. Trying to get those ingredients for the Duke at the moment. But how are you? How have you been? It's been a moment.
It has been a moment. It's been a lot of personal life stuff for sure.
Ah, it's the house with the red chimney, and the only house that appears to have a working, smoking chimney. You can say that again. That's for sure. God, I love the backdrops in this game. Really is a beautiful game. Capcom really outdoes themselves every time. I love that castle. That castle is my outright favorite part of this game. Followed with a close second by
Yet many players rush through it.
the actual village itself. Oh, I'm definitely gonna do a speed run, but I love, especially for my first few. Uh, the first few times I play it, I just have to take my time. It's it's one of those things that you gotta enjoy, in my opinion. The
They
only
don't stop to take in the surroundings.
the only way I'll do a speed run is if I beat the game into the ground and I'm like just the best I can be at it. But other than that, I like to I like to chew the scenery, so to speak. I guess an actor talk. It's just there's a lot of detail to be taken in. Like from here, you can see the fish monster man's lair over there by that windmill. You can't see it from here, but that's all water over that tree line. You can see Castle Dimitrescu. You can see the church. I don't think you can see Heisenberg's factory. I could be mistaken. If that's it, maybe. But I don't think you can see the factory from here. And I don't think you can see House Benevento from here either, because it's nestled up in the fucking woods somewhere. Not quite sure which direction. I want to say up there
I
somewhere.
recently restarted a run with Valhalla for the PS5 version.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to get back to that. I started a Valhalla run on PS5, and I am just on the second pledge. I'm on the second pledge. I've already beat Grantis Bridgeshire, and I got Soma's wrist bracelet.
I'm definitely going through it faster because I've already been through much of it.
But I'm at the narrative part where you're supposed to go meet you're supposed to go meet Sigurd in Repton, I think. That northern town where you meet the brothers as well. Well, I'm gonna take a wild leap of faith and say the guy I was supposed to meet is being devoured by a werewolf. So that's gonna do a whole lot of good. Calmly checks under the kitchen sink. What's this? Out fucking standing. That's really not out of line.
Good old Repton, where they said not to stand out, so killed all the soldier around.
Yes. Yes, they tell you not to stand out, and well, literally one of the first missions sees the town under siege and you killing everything in sight. Great. I love that game though. I really love that game. Partly because I always love an Assassin's Creed. I love all Assassin's Creed games, but I really love the games that I actually have an ancestral tie to through DNA. Because with those DNA tests today, you can pretty much know every lineage you've ever came from. So I really get a kick out of the Ezio trilogy because of the Italian in me, and I really love Valhalla due to my Nordic heritage, German, Netherlandic, Norse. So I really get a kick out of those two games in particular. And I love that the amount of research they put into building the worlds too. It's just they're fairly spot on. Besides the fantasy stuff, which the fantasy stuff even
Yeah, I
is a
have a
part of
Norwegian
myth,
heritage as well.
and even the fantasy stuff is a part of the culture. So it's all pretty accurate. Yeah, I love those games even more so, and I love Odyssey as well. I also connect really well to Odyssey, which I'm thinking about replaying it on the
It's
PS5.
legit the closest you're going to get to seeing life in that time.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Unless we crack the manner to inhibit time travel. I believe you're correct.
Origins, Odyssey and Valhalla are some of my faves ever. I haven't played the originals yet, so no opinion on those so far.
If you never, if you only play a couple of the originals, play the Ezio trilogy. It is definitely the high point of the series, and it's certainly the high point of the originals. One, at the time it came out, one was breathtaking and it was groundbreaking, incredibly groundbreaking. But in retrospect, if you play it today, it's not going to have that groundbreakingness going for it. It's not going to have the breathtakingness going for it. And beyond those two things, yes, the narrative is good, but the protagonist is a bit boring. And that boredom, if you take away the breathtakingness and the groundbreaking nature of the design and the gameplay and the graphics, then it has a harder time standing up just because of the stale nature of the protagonist. But the narrative is still great. If you never play it, I recommend spoiling yourself just to at least get the lore. But two, Brotherhood and Revelations, collectively known as the Ezio trilogy, are absolutely worth playing. Uh, yes, their innovation doesn't stand up because they're a decade old, pretty much. But the narrative stands up, the
I'll
character
probably
stands up,
start with one simply because I like doing like these in order.
the character stands up. Uh, you're never going to be bored with the character of Ezio. It's wonderful. The same problem as 1, the same problem 1 has was repeated with 3. Connor is not quite as boring as Altair. I shouldn't call them boring, I guess. Well, some people definitely would call them boring, but they're very stoic, and they don't have much personality other than their stoicism and their creed in terms of Ezio, or not Ezio, but Altair. Um, Connor is a little more lively, the native chap from 3, which is actually 4, if you think about it. No, it's actually 5. It's actually
I
the 5th
basically
game.
don't like jumping between different titles randomly. Makes no sense to me.
Good. I agree. I agree with that philosophy too. But I know some people just, you know, some people don't have it in them to play all the games. So I was just giving you my advice to play the absolutely necessary ones, in my opinion. But I would recommend playing them all, personally. That's how I would do it. Oh, damn it. I'm really digging this third person camera view. I mean, it's still Resident Evil Village, but it totally makes me feel like I'm playing an older Resident Evil, like the remakes of 2 and 3, and I like that a lot. Ah, clues on how to use the key that I have. Oh, it's another piece.
It's like someone only playing the most popular Uncharted games, but missing much of the context because they're skipping games.
Yeah, with games that have lots of sequels to them, I completely recommend playing all of them, especially if they are narrative heavy, well written games. Then you're absolutely doing yourself a disservice if you're not playing all of them. That is really a beautiful piece of art, these keys. That a guy that designed, fun fact, um, all of the architecture in this game, uh, Castle Dimitrescu, these keys, House Buenavento, the mansion that's coming up, was all designed by the same architect that designed and built the Spencer Mansion of the original Resident Evil and the uh, the mansion that was in Code Veronica. So this guy gets around, or he got around, anyhow, before Spencer had him killed and locked in the dungeon of the mansion. And if memory serves itself correctly, he even built the Baker Mansion in 7 and served as the architect for it. So that's why all these nice architectural buildings, these feats of architecture, that's why they all look sort of similar in terms of design, because the same man's mind dreamt them all up and made them a reality.
Damn it. Better see the Duke again.
Clearly, he did not build the houses in the village, though. We can say that with certainty. They clearly went, Wish.com
That I
with
did
the
not
houses.
know.
Yeah, pretty little cool, interesting fact. Just think about that anytime that you're in one of the beautiful buildings. That it's built and designed by the same guy that built the original Spencer Mansion in Resident Evil 1. Oh, he even built the mansion in Resident Evil 0 as well, I believe, that facility. Because his specialty was building traps and hidden rooms and stuff into his buildings and homes. So you can definitely see that at work in the castle. Very nice. Okay. I really liked Unity too. I really enjoyed the multiplayer aspect, how they did the multiplayer in Unity. So if you ever make it to Assassin's Creed Unity and you want to get the multiplayer trophies and you want to play some of the multiplayer, let me know and I will fucking download that game and I will play the shit out of some co-op Assassin's Creed with you because that was my favorite multiplayer Assassin's Creed game ever. I hated the verses where you had to kill each other, but I loved the co-op where you could be two assassins or a group of assassins that were working together to accomplish a singular goal or a string of goals in a very rather large area of the city. It would give you huge areas of Paris to work in for each mission. So it didn't make you feel like you were locked into a little small area. It still seemed fucking huge. So that was some of the best co-op I ever played, and I don't know why. People are crazy. People are crazy for not loving it. I mean, in my opinion, that should be an
I look
option
forward to getting to Unity, if I do get to it. I don't want to promise, of course.
because, in my opinion, that that sort of co-op should be in every Assassin's Creed game because it was so awesome, and it was great actually getting to experience Assassin's Creed with a friend. And the gameplay wasn't different at all. It was the single player gameplay. Just you could have a friend that would drop in, and you basically take missions on. PlayStation thinks I'm talking to her. How sweet. But yes, if you do get to it, message me on Twitter or hit me up on here. I don't know. Whatever you like, spam me on Twitter and tell me that you are doing it. And hopefully I'll get the notifications and see it because
I
I
think
would.
people don't tend to form their own opinions on games that often, which is sad honestly.
I think you're right. And what's sad about you being right, I think people don't tend to form their own opinions regarding anything. Hardly these days. And that is not only sad, but it is dangerous for society as a whole, no matter how you look at it. People are either, people form their opinions based on the hive mind, or whatever side of the hive mind that they subscribe to. If they are, if they lean right, then they form their opinion based on the Republican Party and the right-leaning political world. If they lean left, they form all their opinions based on the Democratic Party and the liberal-leaning world. If it's in terms of video games, they form their opinions on, the magazines, the sites, and what everybody else is saying in the comment section. Or, shit like that. and it's not productive. It's not conductive to society or our culture, because we get something good like that and people are just like, blah, I love Call of Duty multiplayer, and then something amazing like Unity's multiplayer just gets lost in history. You know, who knows if we will ever get anything like that again, because people are just, uh, I, I'm not even gonna say it because I'll probably get a strike, or I'll get this
Agreed,
video
you're
taken
bound to
down.
fall into a group inevitably, but you can choose where you want to go. Don't let others tell you what to think.
Right, you can be your own person, and you can fall into a group, but you need to make up, in my opinion, you can make up your own mind about different things. You don't have to just take the group's entire belief system on everything. You can form your own beliefs on different subjects and different things. And I think that's a much more safe way to operate. And I think our society and just everything would be better. Video games, movies, music, just everything would benefit if people formed their own opinions, uh, free of the groupthink of whatever caste they happen to fall into in our world. So I totally agree. That was a long way of me saying that I agree with what you said. But yes, I agree. Ooh, I forgot that I found this thing. Oh, nice! I can put it together and get lots of ducats, money for the uninitiated.
I'm saying basically, you'll fall into a group. You don't have to agree with all the groupthink though.
Exactly. You can form your own opinions on subjects. You don't have to just blanket yes and blanket no everything that the group says. Like, we all know that 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 right-leaning groups, they pretty much feel a certain way about this or that and this and that, and that's what it is. And left-leaning groups are the same way, and it pretty much, like, to get into one of those groups, people expect, like, if you say I am a conservative or I am right-leaning, people expect you automatically to be against gays. They expect you automatically to be a bigot. They expect you automatically to not care about they expect you to not care about the well-being of Mother Nature and the Earth, climate change and whatnot. They expect you to be ignorant in terms of scientific progress and research and science in general. And if you're a liberal, people automatically think that you support various forms of degeneracy in their eyes, or you are for drugs. You're for, just, what I mean. You're automatically pigeonholed into a certain cast iron
I
shape.
go left politically. The state party told me I should vote for a certain thing. My opinion went against voting for it.
See, when I was younger, I used to be left. As I got older, I got more right. But since I've always been my own person, I can't agree with everything the right agrees with, just like I couldn't agree with everything the left agrees with. So I've become more of a centrist who cares about the common man's freedom. So as long as someone's not hurting anyone, I'm all about their freedom. And I'll meet the parties at the middle of the road on some things, but some things I lean left, some things I lean right. And like I said, some things I'm rational and I'm almost right in the middle. So I can totally agree. And I can be friends with people on both sides as long as they're not extremists. And that's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to support what the state tells you to.
Here's a secret not many people know about me. I grew up in a far-right political world. I then naturally gravitated towards the left.
That's funny to me, actually. I never would have guessed that about you. But I actually grew up in the opposite. I grew up in a far left political world, and then I naturally gravitated right. But then I realized that I didn't really think either one were correct, fully anyway. I mean, both sides are correct about some things, but they're not correct about everything. And some things, both sides are really wrong about some things. So that's what sort of pushed me into. I wouldn't even say that I'm a centrist, I guess, because that means riding the fence, in some people's opinion. And I definitely don't ride the fence, but I guess I'm just different. I guess I wouldn't consider myself conservative or liberal in that sense. I'm different. But I really believe in looking out for the common guy and lady. And I believe in supporting the freedoms of the common man or woman, as long as, people
I
in
would
general.
categorize myself as realistic progressive. I'm very aligned towards progressive views, but I know I won't get all I want political.
And I'm all for freedom and the pursuit of liberty for everyone, but especially the common person. Because it's not often that you get someone in office that truly has our best interest at heart. It is not often that you get a leader or any politician that has the best interest of the common folk at heart. And that's sad. And that's why I think I can get along with anybody. I was pretty sure, you know, just from, being friends with you and interacting with you and watching you post. I've always been like, if I was a betting man and I had to bet, I would have put money on you being left, leaning left, being a progressive or liberal or just anything in that camp. But and I've got friends on the right too, and I can pretty much get along with most people as long as they're not just really, really fucking wild, you know. And I mean, so far with you, I don't see that you've ever said or espoused or supported anything that I consider wrong. So I'm fairly. I don't know your life story and I don't know your background too well, but I think I know you to an extent. I mean, as far of an extent that an internet friend can know another internet friend. But I think you're a good person, and I don't think politics have much to do with that.
That's
I,
because
I
people
just
are
think
naturally
you're a good
selfish
person.
one way or another. Anyone who rises to power is going to like the power. People are people.
Yes, and most of the people who are put into power aren't even cut from the same cloth that we are. there are not many presidents, or even senators for that matter, who grew up like we did, who were common people, who had to live, their parents had to live paycheck to paycheck, or they themselves had to live paycheck to paycheck. We're talking about people who were born and bred for politics, so to speak. They they always had money. Their families were well off, if not filthy rich even. And I just think that's maybe not the best way to go. I think perhaps we should elect leaders who have lived just like we have, and who are actually common men and women who have possibly served in the military, even as well. I mean, that would not be a deal breaker for me, but none of these politicians that we're electing these days ever had military service. They actively ran from it, which it's one thing to not sign up. If you don't want to, because we don't have the draft anymore. So if you don't want to sign up, that's cool. I would not force anyone into that life or force anyone to sign up. And if they choose not to sign up, I respect that so much, especially having been through everything I went through in the Army. So if someone chooses not to go, I am 110% cool with that. But some of these politicians, they signed up and then they shirked their duty, or some of them even lived in the draft era
Yep, wealth is the
and
number
ran away
one way to
from it.
power. Look at a majority of politicians coming from lawyer or corporate backgrounds. Both take many to get I.
Yeah, I just think that we should be electing common people to the halls of power, so to speak. I think we'd be better off if we elected people who actually had to live life like we have and have been in our shoes, whether they're right leaning or left leaning. I think we should be electing common people. I mean, yes, you can give them advisors that have been in politics and whatnot so that they aren't completely out of their depth, but there's nothing wrong with electing a common person. And I don't know why we don't do it, for the life of me.
Fun fact, the founding fathers deliberately avoided giving common people too much of a voice.
I don't doubt that. There are a lot of problems with the people. Uh, they a couple of them were very smart, and a couple of them were. I love that a couple of them they were right to fear uh, big banking. They were absolutely right to fear big banking, but there are on the other side of the coin, there is a lot wrong with what this country was founded on, and there's a lot wrong with the founders. Now there's a lot right too, but I won't get into it because this isn't too much of a political stream. But I could rattle off a couple things that I would have done differently, that possibly would have us in a better position
They
right
only
now.
wanted to declare independence because Great Britain was taxing luxury goods.
Yeah, yeah, that's if ever there were a weak uh, reason to declare independence, that's one. It's like, oh, we don't want people to be free to pursue, life, liberty, and happiness or anything, like that. We just don't want to be taxed on our, fancy fucking shit. We don't want to be taxed on our fancy goods. How did I miss this before? So that's just ridiculous to me. Yes, I absolutely agree with what you're getting at there. Chris's team arrive here after you, or well, they arrive here during your ordeal at the castle. Sometime while you were at the castle, they arrive, they do recon, they infiltrate the village, they're attacked, so they have to assault the village. They find evidence that you were here.
I want the world to be a much better place to live in, but I know it's terribly fudged up. I think you'd feel the same.
Oh yes, even if we have disagreements on things, which I'm sure we do, nobody can agree on everything. I do wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Then they set up this base, and then PlayStation thought I was talking to it again. And then they suss out what they're going to be doing. They're sending 3 people to search the laboratory, wherever that is. 2 people are analyzing the mold samples, and Chris Redfield is infiltrating the factory. So yeah, I absolutely agree that the world is pretty messed up, and there's a lot we could do to make it better. I like how this is his walking speed. Ethan does a power walk. If you want to like walk at a normal speed, you have to press the stick barely and then walk like this. You can walk super slow.
A key
You've
thing
got
maybe is to
normal.
understand that's impossible for everyone to be on the same page, and go from there. Compassionately if possible.
Yeah. No one is ever going to be on the same page about everything. That is a fact. And for whatever reason, nobody wants to address that. And nobody wants to realize that. But if you realize that no one is ever going to be on the same page about everything, and like go from there, like you said, perhaps we could actually accomplish a good number of things, as long as we realize and accept that reality. It would definitely allow us to be honest with each other, at the very least, rather than tiptoeing on eggshells, trying not to hurt each other's feelings. Because if we're not honest with each other, we can never truly fix anything or make any progress. Because honesty is one of the blueprints of progress, in my opinion. What the hell? How can I get this thing? What the shit? There we go. Wow. I wonder if that is combined with something. I have a lot of fucking treasure. Well, these rocks have to be worth quite a bit. That reminds me, I need to play some Mercenaries mode here soon and show you how much ass I can kick. I've gotten pretty good at Mercenary mode, playing as Chris Redfield. That is beautiful. I almost
Agreed. It's amazing
hate to
how
sell
much
that.
less complicated life can be if we're more honest with ourselves and others.
Well, we can never move forward in any sort of subject or situation if we're not completely honest with each other. Because if we lie to each other and we're not honest with each other, somebody's always going to lose out because they're going to be sacrificing their morals and their beliefs for the sake of just not pissing someone off or hurting someone's feelings. And then no true progress can actually be made. That thing looks almost like a lightsaber crystal. Beautiful. I almost hate to think about selling it, but I definitely need the money to buy upgrades and parts and perhaps ammo and health later if I fall on hard times. Green mineral mine from this region. It's a big version of the little ones. I don't have any of the small ones right now. What the hell? I need to find the head of this doll. It could be worth quite a bit of money. Whoa, that's gross. Huh, there we go. Nice.
Maybe a Jedi will buy the crystal down the road and make a new lightsaber with it.
That would be awesome. Then you can unlock a green lightsaber in this game. Fun fact, if you, there's a certain reward you can unlock by playing the Mercenaries mode, which is actually what I'm trying to work towards right now when I play that mode, that actually lets you unlock Darth Maul's double-bladed red lightsaber to use in this game. You can use it in the story, and you can use it in the Mercenaries mode. And what it is it's basically a knife with a great reach and high damage. So it's the best melee weapon in the game. But it's literally Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber. You can either turn it on to be a single blade, or you can turn it on to be the double-bladed lightsaber. It's outstanding.
That's insane. I would love to see it being used.
Oh, I need to unlock it. I have it unlocked on PC and Xbox, but I need to get it unlocked on the PlayStation so I can. Lady D even looks gorgeous in crystal form. I am not gonna lie. I am one of those people that sat here and just marveled at the absolute beauty of this crystal statue. Just the shape of her legs and hips, or I think that's basically the the human idea of perfection. That is definitely the definition of that ass. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was
It is
hypnotized.
beautiful.
I was hypnotized by Lady Demi. So much so that I'm having a hard time selling it. I just can't sell it. When times get hard and I get scared and I can't get any further in the game, I just open my inventory and look at that ass. And I think, the tall lady shall set you free and show you the way. Oh man. I have no idea what to do with this. I guess you just sell it as it is. I think I'd keep it for my daughter or my child if I were Ethan. Then again, I don't know if I keep anything from this village. Seems like a pretty goddamn cursed place. The ritual goat.
The teddy bear could have a demon spirit in it.
Oh, no shit, right? Watch, the teddy bear is the most evil entity in the entire game. It's the true Mother Miranda. Or it's the thing that's giving Mother Miranda orders even. Talk about heebie-jeebies. Oh, this is where they stored their firewood. Looks like they've got an alcohol distillery possibly going on. Or the world's first meth lab. Alright, let's see where we can go now. That's where I came from just now. I love this statue as well. Pretty much any depiction of females in this game are gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous.
Inside the world's first math lab, now on the Vice channel.
Oh, there's the red. Did I already go in here? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yep, I've been in here. Fucking Vice. I used to really love that channel. I used to watch every documentary they would do. And really respected their journalistic integrity. And still do to an extent. I admire their willingness to cover things that you normally, excuse me, like I said, I'm a little under the weather. But I admire their willingness to cover things that you normally don't see covered in news media and other news media.
I respect that they cover topics mainstream outlets wouldn't touch.
Exactly. Yep, you just said the exact same thing I did. At the exact same time I said it. We were thinking the same thing.
We said the same thing.
Yes, great minds think alike. And because of the delay, I'm pretty sure we said it at the same time without knowing that the others was said it or was thinking it. So that's awesome. Well, somebody was hoping that the werewolves would come and eat them. That's a bit fucked up. I know not everybody felt that way because a lot of them did not want to die. Now I can finally unlock this very first fucking simple lock that I saw at the beginning of the game. It's about damn time. You can even see the little lock go in. That's awesome. Ooh, shotgun round. That was worth it. But yeah, great minds think alike. That's absolutely why I loved Vice. Especially in the beginning. Lately, they've gotten a bit, some of their articles can be clickbaity, and some of them is just ridiculous shit. But every now and then, they will still come out with a great article that, is just at the top of the mountain in terms of journalistic integrity. But when they first started, and
Here's a fun skill more people should have, the ability to separate fact from opinion.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Not a lot of modern people, at least from what I've seen on the internet, can separate fact from opinion. So, totally. Absolutely agree. In the beginning, though, Vice was fucking amazing. They covered things that other news medias would not touch with a 10-foot pole. To me, that was amazing. Not only was it amazing, but it was fresh. I had never seen any news media willing to cover stories like they did. And to me, that was beautiful. Whether I agreed with the stories or not, it was beautiful that they would touch things that other media wouldn't, and that it seemed pretty down the middle. Because at first they seemed pretty non-biased, and I love unbiased takes on politics or the world or everything really. I love unbiased takes on anything.
The
Because
most
then,
consistent thing ever is change, and even Viso was not exempt from that maybe.
yes, you're right.
How was it? Did you learn anything?
Change is
I found these
guaranteed.
feathers. Now tell me how to fix this like you
For
said you
good
would.
or
Settle
bad,
down.
better
First, you must
or
use
worse.
that key and collect all of your little roses flasks.
Where are the rest of them?
There are 4 in total. You have the one, and the other lords have the rest.
Lords?
Mother Miranda is the cold, calculating ruler of this village. 4 lords serve under her. The first you've already met, the Lady Dimitrescu. The second lives deep in a valley of mist, the doll-maker, Donna Beneviento.
She lives in a valley. Okay. Not a mountain.
None of her playmates have ever come back from that dank old estate. The third is Moreau, a being of twisted flesh that lives in the reservoir past the windmills. It is said that he is not the only monster that lives in those waters. The fourth and most dangerous is Heisenberg. He works in his factory on the village outskirts. And the project. Let's just say parts of the human imagination are better left alone.
But yes, whether I agreed with their viewpoints, I always respected the fact that Vice was bringing
I'd say the
me
most
stuff
unbiased
that I'd
mainstream
never
outlet are NPR
seen.
and the Associated Press. Beyond that, I'd have to recognize various lengths of bias.
I need to check out the Associated Press again. It's been a while. But I think that you're probably correct in that estimation. And even they, to some extent, show some bias, but in the grand scheme of things, you're right. They are a lot less biased than everything else. I mean, Fox is incredibly biased towards conservative right. CNN is incredibly biased to the liberal left. You know, what have you, so...
Pure unbiased news has never existed.
That's true. You can get close, but you'll never get pure and unbiased news. That would just go against the nature, our very nature itself. It's very hard, if not impossible, for a human being to be unbiased on many subjects, if not all subjects. Because we all have feelings and beliefs about things. So as long as you have a feeling or a belief about something,
if you truly wish to save,
it's gonna be hard to be fully biased or unbiased.
I'll do you a personal favor. I've marked the Lord's locations on your map. Some treasures still lurk in this village. I'm sure each one will prove of great use to you.
Why are you doing all this?
I have never found all the treasures.
It's all part of our first-class customer service.
I don't trust CNN, and especially Fox. Both value entertainment far over facts.
Oh yeah. I certainly do not trust CNN or Fox. Or the other mainstream medias. They're way too biased for me to trust any of them. They're so biased, it's almost sickening at times. But CNN and Fox are the absolute worst, in my opinion. So you're right about that. Ooh, I wonder if there's any new stuff in his shop.
Shall I choose something? Ah, yes, I have you. Find some quality ingredients and bring them to me.
That's why I was murdering those poor animals. Ooh, those are worth quite a bit.
During election season, both were mostly just citing polls favoring their bias.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. That's exactly what they did. They didn't give any real coverage, they just cited polls that were likely done in favor of their guy. Pretty wild when you think about it, and it's pretty wild that anybody buys into that. But they do. Buy it, they do. Grabbing a snack for later. Thaw out a bit. Some French style yogurt. Yeah, it's exhausting sometimes. Seeing all the sickening level of bias on Fox and CNN, MSNBC.
A new poll is showing Pepsi taking a big lead over Coke. This will surely come true when people vote.
And the people who are bringing us this poll and putting it on our television screen all just happen to be, for the most part, by and large anyhow, Pepsi drinkers. How convenient. So, I don't think you can combine this with anything, so it's just to be sold off, I suppose.
This should be enough. Your coin. Ah.
This one is valuable. I just can't bring myself to sell that yet. I admire those hips and that ass way too often. Call me a perv, whatever, but it's, you know, gotta have something to get you through this dark, depressing, deadly village. And I can find the head for that and get way more than just a
Polls
pitiful
have some use to
3,000.
show trending opinions, but are not a Bible of any sort.
Absolutely.
And also, one must know who funded whatever poll.
Yeah. Whoever funded anything is good information to have. That is for sure. Oh, that's worth a shit ton. No, don't want to sell that.
Aha!
In Kali, there was a nice sounding environmental bill put up to voters which was funded and written by Lift.
I'm gonna check the transcript to see who. Oh, Lyft, the basically the cell phone app taxi service. Those asshats. Oh yeah, I'm sure Lyft just absolutely had the best interest of the environment in its in mind when it drafted that bill. I'm sure that's what they were going for. Yeah.
There's a recipe I'd like to
No,
try.
I'm pretty sure their number one concern is profit and growth.
Both parties were lately supporting the bill too.
Hmm. Let's see. Invigorated. Vitality. Defense. Yeah, I'm sure they were supporting that bill. Because I'm sure that Lyft was lobbying both politicians.
I look forward to seeing the fruits of your exploration.
Which is a sad thing in of itself.
I remember when Duke's Kitchen had more affordable prices, then COVID happened upside down face.
I thought you were serious at first. I thought they raised the prices for real, but then I read about the C virus, and yes, great joke.
As you wish. I'm
Man,
skilled at all sorts of weapons modifications, and will do them for a small fee.
the food shortage was ridiculous as well. I couldn't even get a salad for Christ's sake. I couldn't get celery and peanut butter to go with my chicken wangs. What kind of world are we living in? What kind of world are we living in, Pink? What kind of world are we living in? Okay, do you have to sell these to him? Do you have to sell him the ingredients, or does he just take it? Does he take it? Take it like a man, Duke. Just take it. Wow, that sounds, kind of sexual. Just take it, Duke. Take it.
An insane world where games more logical sense than reality.
You know, it's sad, but a lot of games do make more sense than reality, currently, anyway. I mean, these last few years, it's like we've devolved into clown world. However you look at it, whatever side you're on, it looks like clown world. Shit's crazy. From either perspective. Okay. Finest fish. I wonder where I can get that at. I like that. I love movement speed. I don't know where the finest fish goes. Wonder where you can get that at. Well, I've got
Clown
all the
face,
poultry.
you need to start living in the real world.
That, that we do. That we do.
Games are built on a structure in order to work. Reality is built on pure chaos.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's terrible. Sad but true. Damn, I don't think there's anything I can make without fucking fish. Oh, I could make this one. It'll increase my health. Damn it. I'm not sure what I want. I could have more health.
Such poultry choices. You have chicken.
Yes, I've got chicken out the ass. I don't know. I won't
Food is
choose yet.
life.
I really want to get the one that lets me move faster, but I have no idea where the finest fish is. I might spoil myself and look that up. Just the location. Well, I already know what happens in the entire game. I've played the whole thing over and over. But I just don't remember the finest fish or ever having it. Let's see, finest fish. RE8. Where to find?
I bet the finest fish comes with a certificate of authenticity.
You are on fire today. You would think so, right? You know, if it doesn't, I am gonna be pissed. Like, what kind of fucking hilljack bullshit ripoff is this? What kind of pyramid scheme are you sons of bitches running here? No certificate of authenticity on the finest fish, my ass. Wiki, no, don't lose my credit card. Probably should not be on the table. Let's see, where is that son of a bitchin' thing at? Defeat Moro and return to the village. Use the crank to lower the bridge near the altar. Take the boat and head south. Go to the pond and shoot
If
the
it says
golden fish.
finest fish on the package, it definitely is not the finest fish.
Exactly. That's for sure. It's a marketing ploy. Or as Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap! Yeah, so I won't be getting that finest quote unquote fish for quite a while. Unfortunately, he is 2 entire boss fights away. So, yes, I must be patient and wait. Yeah, I've got poultry out the ass.
It's like when you're at the grocery store and a box of cookies says, gourmet cookies.
Yeah. Gourmet my ass. And I'm the Pope. And I'm the Pope, the Holy Vicar of Christ. I'm just not believing it. Somehow. Trying to look for something that's not going to take up all my damn fish. Oh. So, this is movement speed, and it takes 6 fish. So I've got 6. Apparently, when you get the finest fish, there are 2 more fish with him. And I'm sure you can find
Gourmet
another one.
cookies, 1.99 for the entire package.
Yeah. That is certainly not a gourmet price. I wonder how many fish are actually in the campaign that you can find. Because I don't want to overshoot and then not have enough for the movement speed elixir. Oh, here's a map of fish locations. Well, that's handy. So I probably can.
True, is there enough cookies, I mean, fish in the game to get all the upgrades?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, I know that you'll eventually be able to get them all just because of New Game Plus, but I'm wondering if there are enough in one playthrough. And it looks like there might be. Looks like there really might be. Okay, I got that one. I got those. I got the ones that you could miss because the passage locks after you leave it. Okay, that's coming up when you fight the third boss after. Okay. Gotta be careful because those are missable. Golden fish. The finest fish's pond also contains 2 other fish.
I also started another underrated game in a future episode, Days Gone. It's a beautiful slow burn of a story.
Oh! Yeah, I agree. Days Gone is beautiful. And it does have a very well written narrative. I'm a fan of anything with a well written narrative. And as you probably know, I don't mind a nice slow burn. Okay. So, I don't have to worry about missing any fish until I get to the fish monster man. So, there are going to be enough fish to get both of these.
I'm honestly not hurt that it didn't get a sequel. The game wraps up with a perfectly resolved ending, and could only get not as great from.
I need to finish it still. It's one game I haven't beat yet. But From what I have seen, it has a very well written narrative, and I'm loving the story. And I'll take your word on that, because I know for a fact that sometimes sequels can only harm the story of the original game. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this now that I know that there's
I'm
enough.
not spoiling anything. It's perfect within itself.
Now that I know there's enough to get both of these in the same playthrough, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a bit of extra health.
We've gathered all the ingredients. Now... here it is. Please, join me.
Delicious. Delicious! Herbed fish. Where'd the chicken go to in that?
I chose to play it because I
Well,
think
that's
I'd
useful.
enjoy doing it, and it deserves more positive exposure.
Oh, absolutely. I won't disagree with those statements. Now, I love the zombie genre, especially if the film, television series, or video game has a well-written narrative and a beautiful story, which is pretty much the same thing. And Days Gone most certainly qualifies as a well-written narrative.
I wouldn't mind having that again.
Health and slightly increased permanently.
The zombie genre does nothing for me, but I adore a well-written / crafted story.
This is all an investment, Ethan.
Yeah, that's mainly what it is for me too. Now there are certain genres that I just don't like, even if it's well written, which is sad. But I will say that for the most part, a well written narrative is more important than the genre when it comes to choosing, when it comes to liking something for me. Now there are genres I do love, and there are genres I do hate, but having a well written narrative is one of the biggest positives anything can have going for it.
I can hardly wait for the next ingredients.
I'm about to run out of room. Now it's got me pondering if it is time to spend the money on the extra inventory space. Probably should, because I don't need to get rid of the magnum rounds or the explosive rounds. I am sure I'll need them sometime when I get those firearms anyhow. You can't throw out the meat, but you can sell it to the Duke, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the meat into stuff I want it put into.
Welcome.
Where do you get the meat from? 'Cause I haven't actually got any just plain meat, so I wonder what animal that
Think
comes
of
from.
Valhalla having an awesomely crafted story full of deep human situations, crushing tragedy and sprinkled with wonderfully silly hum.
Oh yeah, it definitely. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, the game is wonderful as well, and it would have been a great
Humor.
video game in terms of, fun and gameplay. But that well-written narrative and all of the traits that you just described are really what rounds that game out to be truly special and truly amazing. It's hard to decide what to throw the rest of this meat into. So I just gave myself more health. So that's to increase your defense when you're guarding. Or as I refer to as Ethan, putting your hands in front of your face and hoping for the best. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
One
dump
of
it.
my fav side quests was one where you meet a baseball player.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dump it into the movement speed dish. My inventory.
Like he just invented the sport.
I believe I met him once on one of my playthroughs. I don't think I've met him on my latest PlayStation 5 playthrough, but I know I either met him on the PC or the PS4. No, I never got to play it on the PS4 because my PS4 broke. So I know I either met him on the PC or I met him on the Xbox Series S. I need to find him on the PlayStation 5 version though. But yeah, I thought that was a very neat little intriguing side story. Yes, the level of detail and depth that they put even in side stories, little minor side stories, is amazing. So,
Yeah,
I,
he's awesome. I'd hang out with the guy.
I definitely admire the level of detail they put into the side stories. Yeah, I probably would too. My memory serves me correct, he was a pretty upright guy. fish and one finest fish. Alright, that should give me some room. Now what to do with the poultry?
He was just doing his thing, and asks Ivor to give it a go.
Yeah? He was in the process of inventing it, wasn't he? And was asking her to help him iron out the kinks, so to speak, if I remember right.
Yep.
That's what I thought. Helped greatly. Okay, I'll throw it into this one.
Ah, thank you.
Now I just need one more poultry, 3 meat, whatever that's sourced from, and then juicy game.
The most disturbing quest I recall was one where the clergy guy is urging you to burn his place down to cover up a secret.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. There's also the one where the lady in the church had been murdering people left and right in the name of God. So there are some pretty disturbing side plot lines. That's for sure.
Don't let up yet. Pay me no mind.
That church lady feels like someone you'd meet in modern times though. You know, those who are too zealous for their own good.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Which that could uh that could be applied to religion or politics in modern times, unfortunately. But yeah, I can totally see it. Here we go. Now I can start using my beautiful baby 1911, or what I fondly refer to as Big Boss's pistol, because it's the same make and model, and even looks a lot like the pistol that Big Boss, i.e. Naked Snake, used during Operation Snake Eater in Metal Gear Solid 3 in 1964. All the way down to the ring hammer. the holes in the trigger.
Another fact I
The
didn't
palm
know.
safety. The slide being polished to a near mirror sheen. And it's just aesthetically a lot like it. Not identical, but it's close. I love it. So this thing has a power level 170 right now. Due to the recoil compensator. Which in real life it wouldn't work that way, but oh well. So this is at 170 currently. This is at 160. I can upgrade it to bring it up to 170, therefore it'll be the same.
These hands are more dexterous than one might think.
And I won't have to spend the extra money on this. And eventually it'll far outpace the Lemmy. Oh. I don't think there's any guns that I should sell just yet.
I do like how the gun change in appearance with upgrades you makes. Guns.
Yeah, they can from time to time. That's neat too. Especially if you put the parts on them. Now I would also like to get rate of fire up, ammo capacity. Right now I am not too concerned about the reload speed, because it's only shaving off 0.2 of a second, and that's just negligible at the moment anyhow. Later on in the game it'll actually be worthwhile.
Delighted to.
In this
There we go.
game, rate of fire is probably critical.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Even at this early junction in the game, it's definitely worthwhile, to say the least. I even found a new trigger to raise the shotgun's rate of fire. Even though you can't upgrade its rate of fire, you can upgrade it via swapping out for a hair trigger that I found. Now the reload speed on the shotgun can definitely come into play, because you can get yourself cornered trying to reload 5 shells, one by one. But I haven't dumped anything into that yet. So this can be a straight powerhouse if you just buy the power. 720, that's wild. That's even stronger than the, as of right now, fully upgraded rifle. But I'm not gonna spend the Lemmy right now, because I just upgraded to 640, and that should carry me for the moment. For how much I can get for the Lemmy when I do sell it. Wow, that's not bad.
I find shotguns are iffy from game to game. In some games they're epic, in others, nearly worthless.
Yeah, I can agree with that statement. It does vary from game to game. I think they're definitely handy in this game. Because some of the enemies are downright bullet sponges in this game. And a nice close range blast from the shotgun, especially in their upper center mass,
Used to be alive.
or their head, can take them out immediately. I love starting with this gun because it's stronger and better stats than the gun you have in the beginning. But once you start upgrading your gun, it gets better rather quickly. But this is good to have to fight off enemies in the beginning.
In both Cyberpunk and Fallout 4, shotguns can be super epic.
Oh, absolutely. This modification for the sniper rifle is absolutely necessary. Because this will reduce how much the damn thing sways left and right and up and down while you're trying to aim it. This is handy too, the scope, but we're not going to worry about either of those right now. Don't really need to buy the mine because I can craft them. That would be handy. See, extra bag, that's what I'm going for. Let's see how much we have right now. This is
Have a wonderful adventure.
This is what my inventory looks like right now. Let's see. Alright. So let's get that extra baggage.
For example, super mutants take a ton of shots in FO4 and go very melee. They almost require use of a shotgun.
Yeah, I remember it being that way, especially in New Vegas. They were definitely bullet sponges in New Vegas.
As you wish.
And I think 3...
Securing goods is more important than anything. Anything, my friend.
I think 3 was even worse than Vegas and 4. So here we go, we're going to expand that inventory.
Congratulations. With this, you'll not worry about missing anything.
So let's see what we can do now.
We meet.
Damn, that is very helpful. I could carry a few more weapons with this, and items. Alright. So let's get everything separated. Okay. Alright.
My FO4 character always has a shotgun on her for just those kinds of enemies. The super mutants that blow up might be one of the most deadly in the game.
Oh yeah, the kamikaze super mutants. I cannot disagree with that. Those fuckers have taken me out. Certainly more than once. Alright, I've got everything I think I need at the moment. And we're gonna switch to, yep. We now have the 1911 equipped, because it's actually worth wielding, because it is just as strong as the compensator equipped Lemmy. Nope, this isn't it. That's the Lemmy. So now we've got the 1911. The only drawback of the 1911, it's got a faster fire rate than the Lemmy. It's got, right now it has equal firepower, but eventually it will supersede the Lemmy and have better firepower eventually. The reload times, I believe, are about equal, but it does not carry the same amount of ammunition. Like right now, I'm only rocking 7 rounds. No, I upgraded it, so I have 9 rounds in the chamber. The Lemmy can hold 18 rounds. So I'm gonna be reloading this bad boy a lot. But it's got more kick and it can pump more rounds into the enemy quicker.
Shotguns in Cyberpunk feel a lot like the ones in a Doom game, which makes them incredibly fun to use.
Oh yes. The old boomstick. Which way do I need to go? I remember every time I try to get that water wheel weapon. And I forget what it is every time. Maestro's collection. Luthier's key. Wherever that is. Oh, let me just see if I can get to this lock. Okay. Louise's heirloom. Fallow plot. Can't get to that save point anymore. I've got Louise's heirloom. That reminds me. We need to go to the wells and bring up everything in the bottom of the wells. And we need to have a look at Louise's heirloom. Says the necklace Louisa was wearing. It's dirty with ash. This was meant to protect people.
In my skill tree, when I've used a shotgun, I've had it set for maximum body part separation. It's great.
So not only did this ward off danger for her, supposedly, and their pagan beliefs, which I'm pretty sure that these people qualify as pagans, traditional pagans. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Though many of our races root religions were pagan. Pretty much all cultures' original religions were pagan roots. So it's nothing to knock at all. Okay. So now let's check this out. Reckless stone. What is it? Must be used for combined with anything. What the hell?
Pagan is the root of a large part of Christianity for sure, especially sign the Roman Catholic Church adopted pagan traditions.
Yep. That is true. Let's see if this will work. Nope, it won't fit. I'm sure I can open one of these though. Do I have a lockpick? No, I used it already, huh? Okay. Yep, there we go. But first, we need to dredge up the wells that I have the the device for. I know there's one right over here. Oh, where is the damn thing? I know that there's a well in Louise's backyard.
When people celebrate Christmas, they'll including the trees, feasting, gifts, possibly mistletoe, etc.
That is absolutely right. All assets of the root pagan religion. Alright, through the wheat field of creepy scarecrows. Oh shit. Protect yourself, Ethan. There we go. Where are they?
When by scientific/historical estimation, Jesus would most likely have been more in the summer. Born in
I've never looked into that, but I know that the Romans either purposefully or accidentally, it's been a while since I've studied the information, but I'm leaning toward accidentally screwed up the calendar. So, skeet shooting, Demon Edition. Heat shooting, winged demon edition. Those were Lady Dimitrescu. Almost word for word transcript. And apologies if I'm slowing down. My medicine is finally kicking my ass, and lack of sleep is kicking in, so I'm getting a little tired, but I am going to push on for as long as I feel that I am able to, reasonably anyhow. Let's see here. I know there's a well back here.
Also, Jesus, who as the Bible said looked alike the disciples, probably looked dark-skinned/haired and unremarkable looking.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Pontius Pilates' description of him was of a golden-haired European man, but there's also a lot of literature to point the direction that you're saying too. So who knows? Who really knows?
People in that area of the time were certainly not white.
Yes. But people were also not born of immaculate conception either. So there's a bit of suspense of disbelief that one has to take into consideration with the entire story. Wait, what did I just pick up out of there? Damn it. Was that some kind of ammo, I wonder? Probably handgun ammo. Or shotgun ammo. Or probably some kind of crafting good. Rusted metal. Okay. Sniper rounds. Gunpowder. Rusted. Gunpowder. Okay, I see. What is the best course of action? Well, I'm gonna. Oh, my health came back. Oh, it's because I made that fish and poultry meal that raised my base health permanently. Okay.
There's also debate between Christians and non-Christians on whether Jesus existed at all.
Oh, absolutely.
Christian will say the Bible is proof enough.
I don't believe that that's enough proof. I mean, I'm not going to discredit anybody's religion or their beliefs, but if I were seeking absolute proof on the matter, I would have to have other sources besides just the Bible in order to be sure in my own uh, belief. Anyhow, I would need other sources to draw from, to draw my conclusion from. Because there are three religious holy books: the Bible, the Quran, and the Talmud, that give wildly different descriptions, depictions, and of him. And those three books also think of him very differently. Christianity's Bible reveres him as the Son of God, a deity. The Quran reveres him as a holy man, a prophet, but not the Son of God, not divine in that sense. And the Talmud uh, doesn't isn't very fond of him at all. We'll just say that. We'll leave it there because it's a bit obscene in its one of its descriptions. So they're all so different and give such different sources of information. And anyhow, I would need some archaeological evidence as well, I think, in my opinion.
You
But
just said what I would say.
so it's a very complex subject with a lot of moving parts.
Other than that, there's no evidence of Jesus whatsoever.
I absolutely believe that there's a higher power, or maybe multiple higher powers. God, gods, goddesses, if you will. But I don't know exactly who they are. But I think if they are out there, it's more likely that an older religion, one of the uh, pagan religions that had multiple deities, is more likely to be correct, simply because it predates Christianity, it predates Islam, it predates Judaism. So something
Solid
older.
evidence, that is, alleged evidence, yes.
So something that's older has to be closer to the truth. I mean, logically, anyhow. So I'm inclined to believe that the old religions are much closer to the truth than the three newer religions that were born out of the Abrahamic faith, i.e., Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That's my take. That's my simple take on it, anyway. Not to go delve deep or anything. So, in essence, I think it's more likely that our original religions are
I
closer
agree with
to the
you.
truth.
I don't say gods don't exist.
Yeah, I'm definitely not an atheist. I dislike atheists pretty much as I dislike extremists of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. They're just as bad as the extremists of those three religions. Because, in my opinion, how can you just close yourself off to all possibilities? Closing yourself off to any possibilities is just, in my opinion, is the epitome of close-mindedness. And I try not to be close-minded. Now, we're only human. Sometimes we're going to accidentally be close-minded. We're just gonna naturally be close-minded on some things. That's just how we're wired. That's who we are. We're not perfect, but I do my best to try to keep an open mind when I can help it, and just ignoring everything, believing that there is nothing. That's believing that nothing can exist. This doesn't sit right with me. It seems to be the epitome of closed-mindedness. So that's just my simple take on that as well. There we go. There's another well. Ooh, that is a piece of something that can be sold for a good amount of money. I wonder what the hell we can make with that. Necklace with key? What the hell? Louise's necklace with the jewel removed revealed a key inside. What? Oh wow. It does have a key in it.
Atheism is a religion in
Holy
itself.
shit.
It's the solid belief that a lack of evidence of something else means there's nothing.
Right. I just can't get into the belief in nothing, though. That's the part of it that I have trouble with. Because I think that, I don't want to say all atheists would be this way, but a lot of atheists, even if you could prove something to them, they would still be so strong in their conviction that nothing is real that they would still probably cling to it, even if you could provide them evidence. That's the, at least that's the vibe that I get from a lot of them. And I'm saying this as an agnostic. So, I mean, I'm fairly unbiased when it comes to religion as an agnostic. But it's just atheists, really. They kind of rub me the wrong way, just like religious extremists do, in an
That goes
extent.
opposite of the idea of scientific discovery. Many things we now know exists were once thought to not exist due to lack of evidence.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of good science. Now, there's some bad science out there, but there's also a lot of good science. And there are scientists who have good scientific method, and there are scientists who follow bad scientific method. But that's the way of the world. It's always going to be that way, unfortunately. Everybody has differing theories and opinions. That leads to what I just pretty much mentioned. I'm hearing a goat. Where the fuck is that goddamn goat? Oh, it's not a goat. It's this thing on the door right here. That's making the noise. The science itself, you always have to leave room for the fact that you're wrong, and that things can evolve, and
If you go
you
into
can learn new
scientific with a
things.
closed mind, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. If you approach science and you think that I've solved this, I have solved this. I've absolutely solved this. There's no room to further expand upon it, or there's no room to change it in the future if new evidence proves it differently, or expands upon it, or just blows it out of the water altogether. Some scientists, they approach it like, "Oh, I've solved this. I'm right. I have the absolute answer." Well, the thing is, science has shown us again and again that a lot of the times there is no absolute answer. As decades pass and we get new information and more pieces of the puzzle, the science can change for the better in most cases. So it's bad to go into science with an absolutist mindset. Because all it is, at the end of the day, is basically theories and trying things, trial and error, trying things until they finally work, or trying things until you finally get the answer that you're looking for. To me, that's probably one of the simpler explanations of what science is, to me, anyhow. Okay, I've got this already. This is a lock that I rarely get on my playthroughs because I always forget about it. Because this is the first pickable lock that you come across in the entire game. But you don't actually get a lockpick until you're in the fucking castle, being chased by the sexy vampire women. So by the time you come back here, it's easy for a lot of people to forget that it was ever here. No. I'm looking for wells. Where are the rest of the wells? Oh, that's still locked, I guess. There might be some wells in here. Nope. I thought that was a banjo for a minute. Oh shit. That was a really nice toilet seat. For an outhouse, anyway. It's like marble or tile or something, and that wood is really nice. something that you're gonna literally sit on and destroy. Floor is magnificent too. Yeah, this is a very nice outhouse. Whoever lived here had to have a somewhat higher station in the village. One, he's got a big house. He's got a gate protecting his house. And he has a fireplace. That's a fairly well built outhouse too. Got a design on the door even. Pretty secure house too. I mean, the werewolf would cut the shit out of themselves getting in here. I mean, they still would, because obviously pain doesn't affect them as much, but you should have hung some garlic up. That would have kept the vampires out. Because I noticed they never mention it, but in every room that Lady D and her daughters won't follow you into, it just so happens that there's some garlic hanging somewhere in the room. Ooh, I missed this earlier. There we go. Ah, now we can get through. I keep hearing a door open and closing somewhere. Is that just me, or is that really happening? Yeah, right there. Right just now. Yeah, I keep hearing it. Yeah, I hear it all the time. Right now, it's going on. What the fuck is that door opening noise? Man. That's wild. I know it's not the door. That is an awesome... It's either a backpack or a sort of shelf, I guess you could say. I don't know what you would call it. I saw one in the castle too. Looks like it's made of some sort of animal. I love the jumpy animation in this game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's one more well back here that we can use the well wheel on right now. And then I'm going to try to get us to the house, the Benevento mansion. And then we're going to do some mercenaries. I can show you just how badass I can be. The mercenary mode. Damn it. See, that one is not as nice. That's nowhere near as nice. So obviously their station in life is not as high as the dude with the red chimney. If memory serves me right, we cannot get in here yet. Yep. It's a fancy little key. The graveyard's to the left. Ceremony side's to the left. Workshop is to the right. I think there's a well back here. Aha. Okay, we can't get through. Someone bumped up the tractor out of the way. You can crawl under that. Is there anything this way, I wonder? Garlic. What the hell? Another. I think I missed this house earlier. Yeah, I had to. Well, I'll be damned. Where the hell is he? Alright, where is this coming from? Holy hell. What's he doing? Eating a fucking goat? Pretty sure whoever's on that bed does eventually get up. I have no idea where that noise is coming from. Oh yeah, I do. My 3D pulse headset is telling me it's coming from my left when I'm facing this direction. So it is coming from that way. On the other side of this wall. Or below me at the very least. Okay. So the 3D headset told me that sound's coming from my left, so it's right through that door. Yeah, I totally missed this part earlier. Outstanding. That's great. Rifle ammo. I needed that. That's a big help. Go ahead and reload this before I get too surrounded. After this, we'll find a safe point and go into mercenaries.
I think I need to get off now. It's always awesome chatting with you.
It is always wonderful chatting with you as well. As always, you are welcome. That's just a pig. Go figure. But it is always amazing chatting with you. You are one of my favorite people. I consider you a dear friend. As much as you can consider someone you've only known online a friend, which I think you can. And as I said, you're welcome anytime. I love having you. You are a treat. You're truly a treat of a
Same.
human being. So I look forward to seeing you. Well, I look forward to talking to you again, Pink. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening, and I hope that life treats you well and that you get everything positive that you deserve in this world, my friend. So, I love you. Take care of yourself, and thanks for stopping by. Whoa! Sorry, buddy. But I need that meat. Meat! Was that fucking pig eating the horse? Yeah, pigs will eat horses. They'll eat people too. Okay. And there is our well. Awesome. Here it goes. Ooh, nice. We can go pick that lock. Let's go. Hopefully I can find my way back to it. I think it's in here. Aha. Okay. That's fair. Not bad. That'll help with some bosses or enemies that are out of reach. Love that sound. I bet some of this shit's going to the factory. This is probably the workshop. Yeah. Is that in this building? Yeah, I think that was taken in this building. Can't be certain, but I'm gonna look for that wall, that cross in the wall. No, it was not taken in this building. I was wrong. There's where we got the wheel and 1911. Well, this one's already done. Okay. There we go. Okay. Shit. Well, how the hell did that get there? And how the hell did I get here in the first place? Clearly, you can get in it. Oh, yes. You have to go through the roof. Okay, so there it goes.
Welcome. Pay me no mind. Ah.
That's expensive on its own, but it can be very valuable if you put something with it.
A good deal, if I say so myself.